we're in. Good morning. Now, this is a little bit of an experiment. This is 30 minutes of seated activity live on Thursday, the 25th of March, but it is done from my son's laptop. So we're hoping it works. If it doesn't, my apologies, and we can put you in touch with a session that's recorded. But anyway, what do we need for this session? We need that sturdy chair. You might need a drink, but you can always have a drink at the end of it. Just something sensible on your feet and a bit of space around you. And I'm just going to show you the working position when we're using the chair. So rather than sort of sitting back in your chair so that the back supports your trunk, we're going to see if we can lift this chest away from the chair. Okay, so we're sitting nice and tall, and then we're going to take one sitting bone at a time, walk forwards in that chair, make sure those feet are just underneath the knees, hip width apart, nice and comfortable. If you have to come back, that's fine, but try and come back into that working position to finish the session. So I'm going to turn the chair around, and I'm going to ask you a question before you carry on, whether this is live, whether this is recorded, how are you feeling today? So if you have any sort of fever, if you're feeling unwell, it's not a good idea to formally exercise. Stay with your day-to-day living activities and come back to this when you feel better. Now, let's see if we can get started, shall we? So we're in that working position. Remember, you're going to sit in that front half of the chair, nice and tall. I'm going to get the music going for our warm-up. It's going to be a little bit of Elvis. So I'm hoping I've got the volume right. Who knows? Are we ready? So Elvis is going to start. So we're going to start by thinking about the shoulders. So little rolls. Good. So shoulders up to the ears. Relax those shoulders back down. Shoulders up to the ears and relax them back down. Good. Should we do one more of those? Brilliant. Good. Now relax the shoulders. Take those hands onto the thighs. We're going to see if we can just move those feet. So we're just going to lift those feet one little foot at a time. So I'm going to show you from this angle. You can stay facing forward. Good. I just want you to see what I'm doing. It's not a really high movement. That's great. Now, we're going to take these feet out a little bit wider, okay? Feet firmly on the floor. Let those arms relax by the side of your chair. Now, can you pull that tummy button in ever so slightly? It's like doing up a tight pair of trousers, and then we're just going to gently lift that rib cage up and to the side. So make sure both sitting bones are on that chair. Don't let yourself topple over, okay? Should we do a couple more either side? Good. So if you get a stiff lower back, this is a really nice way of loosening it up. Just don't overlean, don't overreach, if you can avoid it. Good. Should we do one more either side? Nice relaxed shoulders. Good. Now, we're going to come all the way back up. Should we see if we can bring the heels and the toes? Heels and toes. Good. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to lift those heels off the floor. So I'm going to show you from this angle. Heels off the floor. Good. See if you can tap those thighs at the same time. Good. So we're getting the ankles moving. Calf muscles working. That's it. Now, let's see if we can lift the toes off the floor. Good. Lift those toes. Oh, this is the one I found really hard. Good. Lifting those toes up. Can you do it? Can you do two more? Brilliant. Okay. And then we'll go back to that little bit of a walk on the spot. And we're going to walk those feet out a little bit wider. Good. Now, we're going to just see if we can make some jazz hands. Good. Now, all we're going to do is going to tap this thigh and back in. And draw that tummy button in a little bit if you can. Tap and back. Good. Tap and back. You've got it. Tap and back. Good. Tap and back. That's it. Now, we're going to see if we can bring these hands underneath the chest. Crawl that tummy button in. See if you can gently move this way and back to center. Good. So we're warming up this trunk here. Just gently moving this way Fantastic. And again, gently moving this way and back. Keep drawing that tummy button in. Just as if you're doing a pair of trousers that got a bit tight. To be honest with you, all my trousers are tight these days. Lockdown. And then we're going to walk these feet back to hip width apart. We're going to let those arms swing a little bit. So if you've got no arms on the chair, it should be fine. If you do have arms on the chair, just be very, you might have to do this a little bit. But we're just trying to get those shoulders to relax. Now, we're going to make a fist with these hands. We're going to open out those fingers. So we're going to make a fist, and we're going to really stretch out those hands. You got it. Stretch it out. Good. Make a fist that's really good. Should we do it a little bit faster? So we're going to go squeeze, open, squeeze, open, squeeze, open, squeeze, open. And then roll those shoulders up and back again. Good. Now, with this elbow, we're going to see if we can draw some circles. So we're going to draw some circles. And last one. Good. Should we do the same on this side? So little circles. And if you can, make each circle a little bit bigger than the last. And relax. Little shrug and release. Good. Shrug and release. And then we're going to go for a little march. How are we doing? Are we okay? Feeling a little bit looser? A little bit warmer? I am. I know that much. Good. So when we're walking with these arms, you can see we've got that little bend in the elbow. We're sitting up nice and tall, elbows forwards and backwards. Now if those legs get tired, just do the arms. If the arms get tired, just do the legs. All right then, and then we're going to settle it down. Now we're going to take a little tap forward with this heel and back. Tap and back. Tap and back. Good. How are we doing there? Good. Tap and back. Tap and back. So this is warming up the knees, the legs, getting some really nice blood flow through those muscles. Now what we're going to do next is imagine you're just pushing those arms away from you and in. So we're going to push and back. Push and back. I'll show you from this angle. You can stay facing forwards. Good. We're not leaning forwards in this one. Good. And last one, bring it in. So we're just going to roll those shoulders. Now, let's take those feet a little bit wider. We're going to see, imagine you're stood next to a wall. You're just sliding your hands up the wall. And we're just going to go a little bit further each time. So this is going to help with shoulder mobility. But we're not going to push into pain. And then we'll change sides, okay? Ooh, give that a little shake. And this side. So slide that hand up our imaginary wall. Good. So we're not forcing it. We're just sliding it up. Good. And last time, bring it in. Okay. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Should we do that? So out, 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 out. And then in, in. Should we try that again? So we're going to go toes, heels, toes, heels, heels, toe, heel, toe. Walk it out. All right, how are we doing? Are we feeling a little bit warmer now? Good. Okay, so we're going to march on the spot, and then we're going to slow it down. We're going to go back to those taps forward. So we're going to tap and back. Now, if you can, we're going to push at the same time. Otherwise, just do the taps. So we're going to take these little pushes. Let me show you from this angle. So we're going to push and back, push and back. Good. Push and back, push and back. We're going to do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant work. Roll those shoulders. Now, we're going to take this heel. We're going to take the toes that same spot on the floor, okay? So we're going to go heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, and swap. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, And there we go. Now, I'm going to give us a bit more volume. We're going to see if we can add a bicep curl with that heel and that toe. Think you can do that? I know you can. Ready, so, heel and toe. Don't worry if you get it wrong. You can do bicep curl or the ankle movement. Change legs. Good. Heel, toe. Heel, toe. Heel, toe. You've got it. And bring it in. Okay, take those little taps. So lift those toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, can we change it to those heel lifts? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toe lifts. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heel lifts. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, face the front and you were meant to face the front anyway, don't worry, but just in case you did turn with me, move those feet. Now, should we see if we can do that wide feet position again? Okay, you can either walk the feet out or you can take that little toe heel turn. Really good for the ankles. Now, we're going to see if we can do this wide base waist. We're going to take the weight into our right sitting bone, weight into our left sitting bone. Now, don't lift that sitting bone off the chair, so it's not about swaying too far. Good. Okay, now, we're going to see if we can take these arms either side. Do the dance. Good. Now, let's see if we can add a clap. Mingle. You've got it. Last one. Okay, we're going to walk these feet back in. We're going to put some of those movements together. We got one more to practice, okay? So, we're going to take that little heel. We're going to practice that bicep curl. Okay, we're going to change legs. You've got it. Heel and toe. Remember, you can just do the heel toe if you need to. Alright, bring that foot in. We're going to march it out. Now, what we're going to do while we're marching, we're going to take a little punch forwards. Take a little punch forwards. What we're going to do, let's just turn that, get rid of that. Don't know why that happened. Someone was phoning me. Take a little punch forwards. Now, we're going to punch up. We're going to punch forwards. Good. And then we're going to relax. Woo. Well, it's all happening for me today. I have to say, no internet connection on my laptop. People phoning in the middle of class. It's just so rude, isn't it? Right then, we're going to go back to those little taps forwards. Now you can tap with the heel or the toe. We're just going to push and back. Push and back. Good. That's great, guys. So this is really good for your stamina, for your muscles, for your joint mobility. So keep sitting tall, smile and enjoy. If it gets too much, just tap it out, leave the arms out. Good. Now we're going to bring it in. We're going to walk those feet out. We're going to take that little sway. Remember to keep both sitting bones on the chair. Good. Just nice and easy does it. Keep smiling, guys. That's it. Good. Keep smiling. Fantastic. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're going to bring these feet in now. We're going to make a nice big circle with these hands. We're going to take that breath in. Good. Breath out. Brilliant. Breathe in. So this is really nice for the shoulders, really nice for those back muscles. Breathe in. And we're going to breathe out. So, last little challenge. We're going to step out with this foot, step this foot across. So little side steps while we're seated. Step together. step together. You've got it. Now what we're going to try and do is wash the windows at the same time. Step, good. Step, good. Now if you can only do one thing or the other, just choose legs, okay? Or you can just choose arms. Just taking that window wiping. See if you can wipe that grimy glass I've got on all the windows in my house so we can see some sunshine. And then bring it down. Roll those shoulders up and back. Whew. Have a little sit back in that chair. Have a little relax. Now, what we're going to do now is a little bit of strength work, my friends. So, what I should have said to you at the start is we need a little stretchy band. So if you need one and it's not to hand, do this session without the band for now, and then we can come back to it. Now we're going to just think about that working position again. So remember, from our sitting back position, we're going to sit up nice and tall. So you can stay facing me. I just want you to see where we're at. We're going to walk into this front half of the chair, and we're going to just see if we can put this band over our hands. So I'm just going to show you from this angle. So the palms are facing upwards. Now relax those shoulders down away from your ears, and all we're going to do is pull this band apart a little bit. So keep those elbows tucked into the side, and we're just going to create some tension, pull that band apart and in. So keep those elbows in contact with your trunk, so don't let them come out like this. Just a little pull. And what we're doing here, we're working the muscles in the back of the shoulders. So we're just going to do 2 more of these. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Not too much tension. Good. And then we're going to relax. Now, in a moment, we're going to take that movement and into a row. So squeeze those elbows behind you, okay? So we're going to aim for 10. So take a roll of those shoulders. Make sure you've got the right resistance, so it's stronger if the hands are closer together, not so strong if they're further apart. We're going to think about sitting tall. We're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, create that tension. Squeeze those elbows behind you, back to the start. Tension, squeeze, back to the start. Are you remembering to breathe out? Try not to hold that breath. Good. Squeeze those elbows behind you. Good. So that's 5. We got 5 more. Now, if you're tired, if your muscles are hurting, stop when you've had enough. If you can do 4 more, we're going to go with 4. Breathe out. 3. And 2. And last one. Woo! Gosh, my muscles are burning in my shoulders after that. So that's all about helping us sit and stand nice and tall. It's a really great exercise for the upper back and the shoulders. Now what we're going to do next is a little bit of work on this lower back. So if you find it quite hard to stand up without leaning forwards, this is going to help. So we're going to lower the band and take it either end with the hands. Place it on the floor, take one foot and the other foot on top of the band. So your feet are just underneath your knees. Now what we're going to do is just gently lean forwards and just walk your hands down this band. Now we're looking at our toes, we're not too low. All I'm going to do is sit up nice and tall. This is going to work those back muscles. Now, draw that tummy button in again as if you're doing a tight pair of trousers, okay? It's Christmas Day, and we're just eating a big lunch. So draw that tummy button in, and then let that band bring you down. So we're sitting up nice and tall. Imagine you've got headlights on the front of your shoulders, and they're shining on the floor. And as we sit up, the headlights are shining on that board in front of you. Good. So we're looking at our toes. Then looking straight ahead. Keep drawing that tummy button in. Push those feet into the floor. Good. So we're basically working these muscles here. We're contracting these back muscles so they're helping us sit up tall. Gently bringing that chest forwards. Last one, my friends. Good. Relax those shoulders. And then we'll loosen up. Good. All right. Leg strength. This is a great exercise. And I know you've done it before, lots of you. But if you haven't done it before, we're going to, again, place one foot in the band. So I'm going to take that band to around the mid part of my foot, if you can see there, so it's not going to slide off. And then again in that working position, we're going to sit up nice and tall. So you can see I've got a bit of a gap between my bottom, my back and the chin. Now I'm going to warm my hand down this band, sit up nice and tall. So if I lift my foot up, there's some tension there. I'm going to lift my foot about an inch off the floor, put my knuckles into my thighs, and I'm going to straighten out this leg. Good. Now I'm going to bend the knee in line with that big toe. So going to try and make sure that knee covers the toe and straight. We're going to do 10 of these. This is going to work the thigh muscles. So going up and down steps, in and out of chairs is going to be easier when we've done this. Good. So I'm going to do 10. And that 10 should feel quite challenging. If it doesn't, maybe put a bit more resistance on it by taking your hand closer to the front of the band. Good. Or the middle of the band. Breathing out, breathing in. Good. When we get to our 10, okay, we're going to just hold it there for a few seconds. Slowly come back. Bring that foot down. Bring your hand to the top of the band. Take that foot out. Same on the other side. So I'm going to turn and face you a bit more for this one because I'm doing the other leg. So again, lowering that band. How are you doing? How are you, my friend? Are you okay? Yeah? Good. This is all really good stuff. Good. So let's try that again, shall we? You've got your hands just relaxed on the top of the thigh. It means you can relax those shoulders. So notice that knee's bending over that big toe. We're not locking out that knee. If you find the chair is cutting into the back of your thigh, you might be able to edge ever so slightly forwards on that chair to stop it happening. Make sure you're stable. Good. That's great. So we're just squeezing. Brilliant. Don't forget to breathe out. Fantastic, guys. Like last one now. We're going to push, hold it there, and release. Now this exercise, you can actually do every other day. You can do 3 or 4 times a week, and it'll really help. The other thing you can start to do to get stronger is 2 sets of 10 repetitions on each leg. So have a think about doing it in your own time. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to turn to this side so you can see our chest muscles. So this is really important. If you want to push things or open drawers, this is the sort of thing we want to be doing. So we're going to bring that band around to our back. It's a bit like you're going to towel and you were drying your back with a towel. We're going to just hold onto the band. I'm going to show you my hand position. So that thumb up so that we're holding it like that. Nice strong wrist, okay? We're not flexing that wrist there. And all we're going to do is push away like we did in the warm-up. So we're just going to push that band away. Let's show you from this angle. Breathe out and in. Relax those shoulders away from the ears. Breathe out. So this 10 should feel challenging but not impossible. If it feels impossible, loosen up that band by taking the hands closer to the end. Good. If it's not hard enough, bring the hands closer to the middle of the band. You got it. So this is brilliant. This is going to help you. So if you have to sit up from bed, this is going to keep those arms nice and strong. Brilliant. It's going to help. Oh, here we go. Bit more Elvis. And then we're going to relax. Okay. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Good work, guys. So we're going to roll these shoulders up to the ears and back down. So that was really nice. So 4 key strength exercises there. We did lower back, we did upper back, we did legs, and we've done chest and shoulders. So last little one I'm going to do is for the wrists. I know a few people have been contacting me saying that their wrists, their hands are sore. So we're going to fold this band in half. Okay, I'll show you here. And then we're going to fold it in half again. And then we're going to fold it in half again till we get just a nice little tube of band. You can see here, nice little tube. And we're going to bring one hand over the other. All right? Now, bring those elbows in. Bring those elbows in so they're nice and close. And all we're going to do is twist so that the elbows come out. So we're going to twist the band out. Good. So imagine you're wringing a dishcloth. Twist, and those elbows are coming out. So we're strengthening those wrists. Now I'm going to do about 5 or 6 one way, and then I'm going to bring those elbows out. I'm going to change my hand position. This time I'm going to twist, and the elbows come in. Okay, so we start with the elbows out. We're going to twist it. Good. So imagine you're just squeezing the water out of that dishcloth. Brilliant. Squeeze and release. One more. Squeeze and relax. Cool. You might feel a bit of tension after that in your shoulders. So roll those shoulders. Good. Right, so I'm going to now put my bands on the back of my chair. And I'm going to come back to face you. And we're going to start to think about stretching out. It is almost half an hour. Who can believe it? So thank you for joining me today. We're just going to take those little taps forwards. Good, little tap forward. And while we're doing that, we're going to slow it down. So before we were quite active, we were doing the chest presses. We're going to just leave the arms out and tap small taps forward. And then we're just going to push away and bring it in. Good. Push away and bring it. Push away. Brilliant. Now, roll those shoulders and relax those shoulders. We're going to make sure we're in that working position, nice and secure on the seat, and we're going to walk those feet out a little bit wider. Now, if you can, my friends, we're going to see if we can reach up to the ceiling. Okay, and bring it down. I'm going to take my chair back just a touch so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to just see if we can reach up. I'm still reaching off screen. And let's try this side. So we're just reaching up and down. Make sure you breathe out. Good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to reach up and just gently lift this rib cage without letting this sitting bone leave the chair. So you can hold onto the side of the chair if you like, bring it back and down. Good. Shake it up. Should we do the same on this side? So I'm going to hold onto my chair this side, breathe out, breathe in. Good. Now, we're going to see if we can roll those shoulders up and back. I'm going to turn my chair so I'm at an angle. You can stay seating forwards. What I'm going to do this time is take this foot out in front of me and I'm going to draw my toe towards the ceiling. And it's going to give us a nice little stretch at the back of the thigh. So I take my hands onto that bent leg and just gently, gently bring my chest towards the straight leg. Try and keep your back as long as you can. That's it. Breathe out. And then bring it up and back. Should we do the same on the other side? Let's do that. In the interest of balance, draw that knee and that toe up to the ceiling. Good. So you feel the calf muscles there. And then we're going to gently bring that chest towards the straight leg. Good. And then when you feel ready, we're going to come all the way up. We just move those feet a little bit. That's it. And then roll those shoulders up and back. So again, we're in that front half of the chair. We're going to look straight ahead and we're going to bring those arms behind us. We're going to see if we can hold onto the back of that chair. Good. So this is really nice. Stretch the chest. Relax those shoulders away from the ears and then just relax. Let those arms swing a little bit. And we're going to finish off by taking this hand onto the shoulder. So same hand, same shoulder. We're going to walk that hand over the shoulder. Put your hand on that fleshy part of the arm between the elbow and the shoulder. Gently push that elbow to the ceiling. Great stuff. We're going to release, shake it out a little bit. Let's do the same on the other side. Good. Lock that hand just to your point of tension. So try not to push into any pain. And we're going to give you nice flexible shoulders that can reach behind you. Do up necklaces, brush the back of your hair. Fantastic. Roll those shoulders. And my friends, let's see if we can lift one sitting bone at a time. Come back into this chair. We have finished. We have finished this session. 30 minutes, and that's lovely. Now I'm going to give you a little breathing exercise to finish up with so that you can feel really relaxed, really ready for whatever's coming next. Lunch, I hope. So if we take your hands just onto that top part of your chest and relax your shoulders, relax in that chair, and we're going to think about breathing in, if you can, through your nose, but it doesn't matter if it's through your mouth, into your hands. And we're going to push that breath out through your mouth. So if we breathe into our hands when they're here, it's quite a shallow breath. We're only using the third of our lungs at the top. So let's see if we can bring our hands now to the rib cage, just below that chest line. Breathe into those hands. We're breathing a little bit more deeply. And then we're going to take those hands a little bit lower, down to your abdomen. And we're going to breathe in, all the way into those hands. Push that breath out through the mouth. Breathing in. And that's it now. I'm gone. I'm ready for a little snooze before lunch. So if you need to wake yourself up a little bit, give those toes a wiggle, give those fingers a shake, and that's my round of applause for you. Well done. That was really great. Nice session, my guys. I'm just going to lift this camera a little bit so you can see me properly. I hope it was okay. I know the first session we did today was skipping a bit and in and out. So if it was, apologies. If it wasn't, whoo. So look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.